For more on the condition of the Russian economy, I spoke with Anders Osland. He's a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for Economics right here in Washington.
Well, you can say that the Russian economy is quite stable financially, but it's growing too slowly. That's the big concern in Russia, that the growth this year will be something like 2%, and the government wants at least 4% growth.
I see where one government minister says Russian exports can no longer be the key driver of economic growth. So what would be the key driver for economic growth in that country?
Well, it should be domestic consumption and the development of manufacturing and high-tech industries within Russia, but it's not developing as fast as the government would like.
What can the government do to kind of speed or accelerate that? Or can they do much?
You can say that the big problem in Russia is that there's too little competition on the domestic market. So the government needs to clean up so that there's less red tape and that there's more freedom for enterprise and that prices go down through competition.
Some of the BRICS countries are experiencing some currency issues. Is Russia seeing that as well?
It has, and it comes somewhat as a surprise that the Russian ruble has fallen by 10% in relation to the US dollar this year. It should not really happen, but apparently this is expectation of the oil price falling sometime in the future. So far it hasn't really.
What about economic cooperation between Russia and China? Is that still strong? Is it going to get stronger? How do you see that?
Yes, I think it will, and President Vladimir Putin is very much emphasizing his economic cooperation with China as the main point for the future. The problem for Russia is that Russia exports raw materials to China, but it imports manufacturers. So it looks like the weaker partner in that relationship.
Let me ask you about this G20 summit. It rotates, so you only get it once every 20 years. How important is this to Russia? And I guess every country puts their own imprint on it. So how would you see Russia's imprint on this G20 summit?
What President Putin says is that he will emphasize jobs and economic growth as everybody. But in reality, I think that we are likely to see President Putin lining up the BRICs countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa against the West.
How will that play out?
Well, the question is if the others want to participate. President Putin argues that the United States caused the financial crisis, the European Union aggravated it, and it's thanks to the good BRICs country that the global economy is still growing.
We've got maybe 20 seconds left. Let me ask you this. What will be the main headline coming out of this G20 summit? What do you see it as?
Division between the West and the BRICs.